Yeah, good evening to all. Yeah, Sujata ma'am, if
Good
you're
evening,
ready,
sir.
we can start
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay, fine. So, good evening to one and all assembled over here for the yet another online session for to learn 21st century skills. As you know, that Central Sahodaya School Conclave Kottayam and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala (CCSK) jointly organizing webinar series for the CBSE stakeholders. Today we are handling subject 21st century skills. As we know that as our new education policies emphasize these topics, 21st century skills in a very important way. So it's a need of the hour. That's why our Sahodaya is organizing webinar for 21st century skills. Today with us, our eminent resource person, Srimati Sujata Harimohan, Principal, IES Public School, Trishur. On behalf of Central Sahodaya School Conclave and the CCSK and all the participants, let me welcome today's resource person for the session. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ranjit sir.
And one or two more words for the patrons and leaders, those who are behind this venture. As we know that Central Sahodaya School Conclave Kottayam, our beloved President Srimati Marina Sebastian, Principal Life Valley International School Pudupalli, and our beloved Secretary of Sahodaya, Srimati Vinita G. Nair, Principal Alpin Public School, Kanirapalli, Kottayam. Ma'am is with us. Let me welcome Vinita ma'am to the session. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And our beloved treasurer, Mr. M. Neelakandan, manager, Sri Shankara Vidyalaya, Vaikam, Kottayam. I think Sir is also joined for today's session in a short period. And all these ventures and all these initiatives are happened only the true support of our technical team. Insight E is our technical team. Insight E is a service provider for the schools for holistic progress card, teachers assessment, ERP software, and many other fields. Representing Insight E, today be with us the Managing Director of the Insight E, Mr. Shuhaib. Let me welcome Shuhaib to the session. Shuhaib, please.
Thank you, sir.
So, dear team and dear patrons, every day we are organizing webinar series. And as we know that CBSE is emphasizing 50 hours teachers training for all the teachers fraternity of the school, CBSE schools. As the registered Sahodaya Central Sahodaya School Conclave also offering e-certificate for all the participants. For the processing charge for e-certificate, we are charging rupees for the same. And during the session, we are posting and forwarding e-certificate Google form through chat box. Please do fill the e-certificate form if you need certification. Let me remind you one thing. As I said, every day we are conducting webinar series. So we need three or 4 working days for processing e-certificate. Those who are filled the Google form, patiently wait for the 3 or 4 working days. You will get the e-certificate through registered your mail ID. And we know that we are encouraging interactive sessions every day in our online webinar. So I request all our participants, please do interact with the resource person through the chat box. And end of the session, we are offering a question answer session also. You can unmute and ask your doubts and clarification, or you can also suggest suggestions for the improvement. Okay, once again, I wish all the best for the resource person and all the best for all the participants. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ranjit sir, for the kind words or for welcoming me, for inviting me to the session. And also, I would like to thank all the office bearers for this invitation. And a very good evening to each and every educator here. I can see a lot of familiar names. I'm really elated to be a part of this session. Today, we are going to deal with 21st century learners, or the skills that each and every learner must possess. As Ranjit sir said, this is the need of the hour, and each and every one must train our students to become 21st century learners. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes, ma'am.
you. Thank you so much. So let me start the session. Before I start, now the year is 2022. Let us move back. Let us move to our school days. One second. Let's think, how has our world changed? This is a small activity for you. Can you see this? So I want you to, do this in the chat box. Like, is there any change in the mode of communication when you were in school and your life today? Of course, there is drastic change that I know, but to make the session interactive, I wish you to, post things in the chat box. Please start. What is the difference that you feel in the mode of communication? As or else, one of you can unmute and let me know what is the change in the mode of communication during the school years, how you used to communicate, and now what is the main difference? At least one participant, please unmute. It is an interactive session.
Ma'am, can I say?
Please do. Yes, thank you.
Okay, now earlier in our time, we used to, when we are interacting, whatever information we have to collect, we used to refer books and such things. No, nowadays nowadays students, if we are saying, definitely they will go to Google and they will search, and within seconds they will find the answer and they will tell.
Okay. Yes,
we
then thank you
hand.
so much. And yeah, one more teacher can unmute and let me know the communication part, how you communicate. So suppose you were in the hostel during your school days, how you used to communicate with the parents? Used to post letters. And now, within a second, we can meet our parents through video call. So that's how the communication part has changed. Now let us come to the career part. Can someone else just let me know your
Teacher,
school year?
during our school years, career opportunities were limited.
Very much
Now
limited,
we
right?
have vast specialized areas are there. Nowadays, students can opt whatever specializations and vast career opportunities are available now.
Thank you. Free to choose their subjects.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yes,
sir.
teacher.
Yes. Now, methods of purchase. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am, I'll say.
Yes. Yeah,
Methods
please.
of purchase. Before we used to go literally to each and every single shop, we used to have different shops. We used to go there, we have to buy from there. And then came the supermarkets. Then today we are having all online, everything online. Tip of our fingers, we get the things.
Thank you so much. Exactly. And the education part. Earlier, we used to go to school, we used to go to college. And now, there are a lot of changes. You can sit at home and you can do degree. Even if you want to take a degree from Oxford University, that is possible. That's how it changed. The entertainment has changed from gramophone, things like that. Now it has reached PlayStations, and you can see the smart television now, and the jobs, the printing thing. Now it has moved even to the robots, and you can see how it has changed. See, you can see this on the other side, a pager and a letter. On the other side, you can see Twitter, smartphone, pen drive. And now, so within no time, the next column will start. Maybe if I'm taking a session after 6 months, maybe we can add one more column. From barter system, the payment has reached the digital mode. Okay, it's the Visa cards we have reached. Now, can someone read this? You can see a teacher standing there. Can someone read this part?
Learners are the same as they have always been. The same methods that worked for me when I was a student will work for my students now.
Okay, here comes the controversy. And the teacher is believing. There are very few teachers. I know all the teachers who are here are, passionate, very passionate, and they are lifelong learners. That's why we have entered into this. But, after attending the session, You can motivate the other teachers as well in your school. So this is a teacher's belief. Okay, same kind of children are coming, and I can do as my teacher did years back using a blackboard and a chalk. Will it work? Do you agree with this statement? I'm sure you will not agree with the statement. Now you can see a picture of student, family, and community. Now, please tell me, what does this picture indicate? Please tell me, what does this picture indicate? Family, you can see one side, community, you can see, and students on the other side. What does this indicate? Anyone? Don't think that you are attending a session. We are just having a talk. Okay, we are just doing the interactive session. You can open up. There is no right answer, no wrong answer.
School plays a very vital role when compared to families as well as community.
Yes, that is correct. It plays a role, but there is a problem over here. What is the problem that you identified? And when I show the next picture, you will be knowing it clearly. Okay, so what is the problem that you see in this particular picture?
They are all, ma'am, they are all
Yeah.
being as regarded as separate entities.
Yes, very
Now,
good. Yes,
now they
Yes.
they are clubbed together. No more
Yeah.
school is not different from family. Family is not different from the community. It's all clubbed. Now they have all come very closer to each other.
yes, exactly. This is what we need. Nowadays, even when the students do something wrong, the parents, they used to argue that my child is right. So there, this concept plays a very important role. You need to have a proper rapport with the families, with the students, and also with the community. We are talking about 21st century skills, but if you want our students to get into this 21st century skills, I'm taking you to the first step. See, without proper communication between the family, between the community, between the student and the school authority teachers, we cannot work further. That is the first lesson that each and everyone should know. See, as we discussed, if you want to improve a child's communication skills or creativity, if you and your child is not having proper relationship, it will never work. I request everyone to mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself. So positive relationship. So the relationship we have to build with the children, family, even colleagues. If you are not happy with the colleagues, if you're not happy with the teacher, if you are not happy with the principal, vice principal, you won't be happy coming to school. So the relationship, this is the first lesson that everyone should know. The positive relationship must be there among the children, family, colleagues, principal, and everyone. And this will be the proper foundation for building the 21st century skills. Even the parents are important part of this community. Parents, teachers, the friends, in the sense your peers, and the students' friends, everyone, each and everyone must be a partner in this process. So before entering into the proper 21st century skill, building positive relationship is important. So what are the benefits of building this positive relationship? See, if you want to make your child do some kind of activity, the child should feel that, okay, I'm accepted in the group. Then only the child will be able to involve in the group activity. So this positive relationship will help each and every child that feeling of acceptance. Assist children in learning to communicate and can get along with others. Teachers, this is important. Life skill is also a part of 21st century skills now. Earlier, we were just talking about communication, collaboration, creativity, such kind of things. But now we all know without proper life skill, we cannot move ahead in our life. And even the values, okay, value part is diminishing nowadays. So we have to encourage the feeling of empathy, give respect and take respect. Earlier, when the principal walked or the teacher walked, the students used to stand and wish. Nowadays, that kind of tendency is diminishing. It is getting less. And why is it so? Especially after Corona. So we have to, put a lot other techniques. Okay, some value-oriented method we have to implement in the school to encourage this value part among children, and supportive environment we have to provide for the children. So today's learners are different. They think and process information fundamentally. and fundamentally differently from the predecessors. This mainly means that, the processing part, it is taking place in seconds. And this has been done, years back by a famous psychologist. Now the year is 2022. After 20 years, you can see how drastically things changes. Now, what is the relevance of birthday chart here? Why I'm putting birthday chart here? I'm talking about the life skill. I'm talking about the positive relationship, talking about the 21st century skill. Why? What is the relevance of birthday chart here? Can one teacher tell me what is the relevance of birthday chart here? Anyone?
Making a student feel special and wanted.
Yes, exactly. So that acceptance, thank you, ma'am. That acceptance should be there. So, see, this birthday chart, actually, the teachers should give this work to the students. Okay, they will find the January, all are who are all having birthdays of February, and with the pictures, we can make a birthday chart. We can wish them. So they'll be a part of our class. When they have a feeling like, well, I'm a part of the class, they will automatically involve in all these activities that's meant for them. Otherwise, they will keep aloof. They will never participate. So there are several students who are having this emotional or psychological issues. So this small act from your side will make a lot of difference in the class. And also, family chart. Family chart can be made in the class. So we can ask the students to bring a family photo. So they will be having a belief that, okay, this is like my family. My school is my family. Teachers are my family members. That kind of feeling should be there before you start, inculcating all these skills to the students. Now, we are moving to this, 2023. First industrial revolution is here. It is powered by steam engines years back. The first industrial revolution by the discovery of the steam engine start generating power, and the electricity and everything was there. And during the second industrial revolution and the third industrial revolution, mainly with the gadgets. And now we have reached the fourth industrial revolution. The technology is at its peak. You can see now the time of artificial intelligence, digitalizing companies through high-end technology. So whatever thing that we gave the students during the first industrial revolution, they are not into this stream now. They are different. Their thought process is different. Their skills, the skills that we need from them is different. So this is important, the fourth industrial revolution. And here mainly, what is 21st century skill, how to identify it, how to apply it in the class, all this will be dealing with. So 21st century skills, UNESCO Millennium Goals of Education, learning to learn. What is this? Learning to learn. Usually teachers used to give a lot of project work to the students, but many of them don't know how to proceed, how to learn, how to take what is right, what is wrong. What is teacher's expectation from me? So learning to learn itself is a skill. And even for us as educators, every day, say you are attending this, you're attending another session, and school also you're attending several offline sessions. A lot of things are happening. What do I need exactly? If you don't know that, there is no point, in attending all this. So learning to learn is an important skill that we need. Learning to do. So I know the theory. But if I'm not able to do things for you, if I'm not able to do this activity, so there is no point in learning the theory. So learning to do is another skill that we need. Learning to be, here comes the personality. Okay, here comes the life skills, how you should be, that you have to learn, how your behavior must be, whether you must be compassionate, whether you must be empathetic, okay, whether you have to encourage your peer members, everything. Learning to be is important. And collaboration part, learning to work with others. This is UNESCO's Millennium Goals. And the 4 C's. So it's an old concept. I'm telling you again, these 4 skills are important, but a lot other skill sets have been added now. Critical thinking, creative thinking, collaboration, and communication. Everyone knows. Maybe I'll be dealing with a few activities that help us in the school scenario. See, these are the revised set of skills in the new world of work. Again, it will change towards the end of the session, you can see I am again adding new skill sets. This, problem solving, complex problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity. The first three, again, those three C's are coming. Now see the people management. I'm having all quality, I'm having creativity, I'm having critical thinking part, I am everything I have. But if I don't know how to manage my student, if I don't know how to manage teachers, there is no point. So same thing, people management and coordinating with others will come under collaboration part. And now it has got, specific areas. And this part, emotional intelligence, this is important. Nowadays, even the student who is completing his or her BTech or MTech or whatever professional course they are doing, if the student is not emotionally intelligent, it will be very difficult for her to get a job. Nowadays, even the companies, MNCs, they are taking students with back papers. But if they feel that the child is emotionally intelligent, they are offering the job. Later, they're asking the child to write the paper. So this emotionally intelligent or emotional intelligence is important. Let me take one example. I'll ask you a question. You like Obama or Osama? I hope all educators know who is Obama and who is Osama. Only one answer. Anyone? Yeah, please unmute and let me know. Obama or Osama? Osama bin Laden and Obama, Barack Obama. Actually, I'm not able to see the chat box when I start sharing this. So that's why I'm asking you to unmute and tell me. So sorry that I'm not able to see the chat box.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
obviously, that Obama.
Yeah. Yes. Why? Why? Yes, Obama. Thank you. See, both are leaders. Both got this leadership. When we talk
Yes.
about both are leaders, but why Obama? Because he is emotionally intelligent. He is emotionally intelligent. The emotional intelligence part include, showing the sense of gratitude, accepting others, be one among your team. All these will come under emotional intelligence part. That social skills will mainly come under, and the way you control yourself, the resilience part. Okay. And all this will come under this emotional intelligence part. But you know who is Obama and who is Osama? So that make all the difference. And the judgment and decision making, the service orientation, be there for others, the negotiation part. See, the negotiation part is also important when you are a teacher. Like, sometime rift, sometime a fight can be there in the class between two groups. You have to create a win-win situation. Win-win situation means both should feel like, okay, teacher is accepting me. The other group should also feel like, okay, ma'am is accepting me. Though you are not accepting it completely, you are reaching to a win-win situation where both groups are happy. This is the skill that we need to possess as educator. And cognitive flexibility. That flexibility, you have to think twice and adapting to the changing scenario. That flexibility must be there. Hope this part is clear. Now, how will you do this in the school? Build capability to respond to the needs of Industry 4, as we said. We have reached this fourth revolution. Here, man and machine should go together. We know nowadays artificial intelligence, data science, data scientist, all this machine learning, everything is there. But if you don't have the skill, can you kindly unmute? Sorry, mute yourself. Someone is unmute, please mute yourself. And become digital to harness the potential, to groom the potential. Nowadays children are into the mobile phone. So, they have to know how to groom themselves. This, I'm again coming to the digital literacy part and the information literacy part, maybe towards the end of the session. But see, this part is also important now, like how to accommodate them into the changing scenario. And the important thing is lifelong learning is coming as a third point. From the child's point of view, every time they have to think, okay, I have to learn something new. Okay, so never they should feel like, okay, I know everything. Each and every moment, give them something to explore, give them some new experience. These are some of the ways in which school can build, combining digital and traditional. This is called flipped learning. And what I'm telling you is, we can send some online content. In some case, it's a holiday. But for the practical part, you have to bring the child to the class for doing such things. So there should be a combination of the digital part as well as. I'm not saying you must move away from gadgets. That is not possible. Absolutely not possible. Whatever skill we gained during Corona, you have to use it now. Otherwise, we completely forget everything, the digital tools and things like that. Once in a while, schools can have online classes. School can share things, even though parents are against that. Once in a while, with the respective, section head's permission, they have to know it, because you may get a call from the parents. This mode, combining the digital and the traditional mode, that is the best way. And creating a global perspective. The child is not meant to a district, a school, a organization, an institution. The child should have a feeling that I'm a global citizen. For that, you have to provide many activities. So we'll be coming to such activities maybe after 1 or 2 slides. I'm just discussing that part. Then continuous and self-learning, and internalizing values. See, this value part, again, I'm telling, and I used to share this to all my students during the one assembly. I just spoke to the students about this. Now I wish to share the same thing, internalizing the values. So there are 4 types of people around us. One is, as I'm talking about the skill, this is important. That's why I'm repeating. One group is having high skills and high values. Okay, another group is having high skills but low values. Another group is having low skills but high values. The 4th group is having low skills and low values. So there are 4 sets of people around us. One with high skill, high value part. Another one with very low skill, very low value part. Another one with high skill but value part is less. Another one high value but the skill part is less. Now my question to you is, which set will come under dangerous zone? You can think and tell me. This is an interactive session as we discuss. Which set will come in the dangerous zone? Anyone can unmute and let me know which set is going to do some harm to the society. Anyone wish to share? Unmute and let me know, or else I'll continue. Hope it is clear. Is this point clear? Hope I'm clear to you. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. High skill with low values, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. The one is with the high skills and low values. I'll tell you the reason. A person who is having high skills and high values, that is what we are expecting from our students. From all the schools, we are expecting that if all the students in India are having high skills and high value, then we'll be number 1 in the world. But the danger thing is, or this part, the one with the high skills but low values. Let's just take this coronavirus. And we all believe that it is man-made. And this will be surely made by a set of people with high skills but low value. And we know the fight between several countries. It's happening now in Afghanistan, you can see. Everywhere, Ukraine, you can see. There are fights happening. And the people, the terrorists or whoever it is, they are having high skills. They know how to use weapons. They know how to make weapons. Okay, now they are in the process of creating nuclear weapons as well. So their skill part is high, but the value part is very less. So as teachers, we have to give a lot of importance to this part. See, if your child is having high value, but low skills, definitely we can help the child. So maybe the lower part, like low skills and low value, just to help them, encourage them. They may not reach great heights in their life, but I'm sure they will learn something from you, and they'll be fitting into the society at least. But the set that we were discussing is dangerous. So always talk to the students, and this value part is important when we talk about the 21st century skills. Now, what are the activities that we can do for improving the creativity? So creative journal. So mainly, if you are going for a substitution, but if each child is having a creative journal, class teachers can tell the children to keep a creative journal. Maybe the English teachers during their free time can ask the child to write something, some creative story, something can be written in the journal. The substitution part is Some teachers are, they can also tell the students to use this journal. Okay, making puppets. Making puppets in the sense, not just the art class, even during the chemistry class or even the physics class or the biology class, we can ask the students to make puppets. Maybe when I talk about chemistry, the element carbon is there. So carbon is black in color. So a dark one with eyes and things like that, they can make a puppet. Same way with all the subjects, the teachers can ask the students to make puppets, and that will increase their creativity. Another one, it is assumption busting. It will be a new word. So we are all making, who are there in the class is making some assumption. And so suppose, you are telling your class like, okay, a new virus, you can name it as, instead of corona, you can name some other virus. Okay, you're giving this, then you're telling like, the symptoms shown by a person who is having this virus is different from corona. Some assumption you are giving. Then you give them a situation. Okay, ask them to create a situation. And what are the possibilities? So, they will think. So this actually improve their creativity and also the critical thinking part. Then the brain sketching. That part is, suppose you want some solution to a particular problem. So the students are asked to form a group. You are just starting the sketch. Pass that paper to the next person. So they will think, okay, what could be the second step? Some problem should be there in the class or in the a particular subject. Something should be there for the student to find out. So you are just giving a sketch, passing to one student, then the student will think. The creativity can be added, the critical thinking part can be added, given to the next student. So that is called brain sketching. And another thing that is Camper. It is a checklist that promotes ways to think about the existing problem in a different way. So suppose you are saying like, you can change the verbs, like what can be put into this particular time, or what is what if you combine something to this, what will be the new product? If you rearrange this, what will happen? If you eliminate this particular thing, what will be the new situation? Like that, you can add several words for the students to think. So these are few activities that I have written, only very few, 5 activities here. So assumption busting is a new thing, like you can ask the student to assume something and then come with a solution. Brain sketching, you can start the activity, give to the students, they will do the rest. The scamper part is just to change, rearrange the words, put new words, let them think. Now, it's a small video for you to relax, how to improve creativity. Okay, hope you enjoyed that video. And the nap between 1 to 3 is meant during the holidays. We can take a nap in between. During the working hours, it is not possible. But at the same time, you have to relax during holidays, especially the teachers. We are having a lot of work at school and at home. So that is important. And did you see that green part, plants? Anyone, can you just unmute and let me know? Did you notice that part, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you just give me 1 or 2 sentences about that, ma'am?
Green always suits the eyes. It's very
Yes.
nice to look at the greens. It's
Okay.
very beautiful. Just I simply look at the trees around me, the plants around me. It's very soothing effect.
Exactly. So we can improve creativity by keeping such plants in the classroom. We never realize that. But nowadays, in my school, we are keeping. But in most of the schools, if you can try, keep plants, let the children bring that, let them put water, let them take care of the plants. Okay, so they start loving the nature. The values part also we can inculcate through such activity. So green is important. Now, let us go for some activities with the critical thinking part. What is think, pair, and share? I've done this personally, especially with senior classes, it's work really well. And national education policy is coming up with competency-based education, where we are not supposed to give direct questions. We have to give questions where the child should think and do. So in such case, if you can bring two children closer, one may be a good child who is good at academics, the other one needs some help. We can make them pair. Okay, we can make them pair. Let us give them a question. Let them sit, let them work together, and then both of them are coming in front of the class and then share. This is a very good activity you can try in your class. This is to improve the critical thinking. And the puzzles, especially lower classes. And nowadays, there are so many games and things coming with the max, the senior classes as well. So if you can provide some games or puzzles in the senior classes, that's really good for improving the critical thinking. Reasoning type question. Never give them direct question. That inquiry-based approach I have given you in the last session. So always give them some reasoning type questions. And as we discussed the science and math games, if there is provision, please give them this kind of games in the class. So after reaching a particular part, they will get some credit. Then only they'll be moving to the next level. Like that, several games are there. So please, even the students can create games. So that will add on the creativity part. Ask them to make games in the class with your topic. Then providing worksheets that improve the critical thinking. So questions should be of higher standards. And you pose a problem and ask the students to find the solution for it. And the research project. I would like to talk about the research project. This is very, very important in the current scenario. Even when you turn the pages of this national education policy, art integration, sports integration, research, and the 21st century skills, these are the important content in the national education policy. And regarding the research project, actually we used to claim that, okay, my school is doing or other schools are doing research project, but there is actually steps for doing proper research right from the title formation. There are steps, and we need some teachers who are trained in this. So if possible, the principal or the management can send one or two teachers for the proper training in the research project, and then we can train the students to do a proper research project. So this is important for improving the critical thinking part of the child. And for improving the communication part, everyone knows that debate clubs, speakers club, skit. See, in the skit part, the students should write the script. You are not giving anything to the child. You are giving just the the maybe or content, like what some idea you can do. Let them make their own script. Let them present it in front of the class, in front of the school during school assemblies. And the news reading, and you can ask, you can give a heading. Let the student make the news. Let them sit and work it out. And the way they present, all these are all these are activities that improve a child's communication skills. And if the school is having radio jockeys, so every now and then we can change the radio jockey. So these are a few activities that we can try in our school for improving the communication skills. And now here comes a small game. You can all participate in this game. Okay, I've given 5 words here: peace, plan, peace, mind, activity. Can you mix this is to improve the creative part and critical thinking part of the child. Okay, so if you can give maybe 5 words, don't look into the grammar part. Let the child think. This is just to improve the creativity and the critical thinking part. Now, can we give a try? All the educators here. So you can see 5 words here. Can you just make a sentence? As I'm telling, like once again repeating, you don't want to worry about the grammar part, just to check the creativity. Can you make one sentence from these 5 words? I will give you 30 seconds. Just try. Peace, plan, peace, mind, activity. Can you make a sentence? See, this is to check the creativity, the critical thinking part. Yes, anyone? Yes, please. Yes.
I
Yeah.
have piece of plain paper for mind activity.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. If this is a plan, PLAN. But anyway, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for participating. Another teacher, can you just give me
plan?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it is okay, ma'am. It's okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
A piece of mind
Ah.
can plan a piece of activity.
Okay, great. Good. That is good. And one more teacher, can you just
Good evening. Plan
Yes.
a mind activity for peace in pieces.
very good. Very good. Yes, one more if you have written.
Activity planned in pieces can give peace of mind.
Oh, great.
Great.
Very good. Yes, very good. Say peace of mind with peace of mind to plan activity. See, there are several sentences that you can make from 5 words. Just to give them. See, maybe when you go for substitution, just give them group of words. Let them think. Creative sentences they will make. Maybe a song or a story. This is quite interesting, especially you can do with lower classes. One fine morning, I caught a butterfly. I caught a butterfly. Now, if it is a story, you can just give some actions to it. Okay, one fine morning, I caught a butterfly. I caught a butterfly. Then let the child think. Okay, give them some time for thinking and let them complete a story. Let one child complete the next sentence. The another child will be completing the next sentence. Or we can give a small group activity. Let them frame a story or a song. See, I love this songs. That's why I've written songs. And even everyone can sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It's not necessary that you have to be a singer. One fine morning, I caught a butterfly. Okay, then they will start. Okay, so ma'am is singing something. So the lyrics part. So this will catch attention. Okay, I caught a butterfly. Now, what is the next thing? Let the child complete it. Can you just fill the next sentence, teacher? One fine morning, I caught a butterfly. So what is the next thing that the child could write? I caught a butterfly. I put it in my pocket. That could be one answer. I caught a butterfly with colorful wings. That could be another answer. I caught a butterfly. Then came my teacher. Can be another word. Okay. Anyone else? Can you just participate in this activity?
Sitting on my flower.
Okay, sitting on the flower. Yes. So I hope this is clear to everyone, all the teachers here. So,
Yes,
we don't
ma'am.
want to prepare much. Actually, what I am trying to give you is, even during the substitution period, you don't want to teach them. Just give them some activities. They will think and this will improve their creativity and critical thinking part. Activities for collaboration, academic exhibition in the sense, different departments are coming together. So students can be given different subjects. Let them collaborate. Let the students do. The teachers are having lot of work. You make them the leader. You make them the coordinator for this exhibition. Give the charge to the students. A class prefect already taking care of the class. You give this to someone else. Let their leadership skills get improved. And the inter-house matches, inter-school matches, school, there's several programs, inter-school debates, several things are coming up. Let the students do this. Through this process, recently I got a call from one famous school in Kerala, okay, for inviting us to participate in a program. There, I got a call from a +1 student. That +1 student is directly calling principals of schools and telling about the program. See, wonderful collaboration. So we have to give such activities to the students, let them do. And promote art integrated learning. So this is important. If you promote art integrated learning in the campus, all these skills will automatically come: creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, problem solving, everything in one platform. And creating global identity and perspective, I have already discussed. Now I'll come with a few projects. See, most of the students, as you all know now in Kerala, after this +2, lakhs and lakhs of students are going out abroad. They are going. They are not preferring, India. There are several students, not everyone, but there are several numbers increasing year by year. So if these students want to, survive in such a scenario, we have to train them. If they are, seeking admissions in very good universities, of course, their skills matter. So we have to give that kind of global, perspective to the students from the school side. So we can let them participate in the more United Nation or model United Nation. That would be a very good platform for the schools where the students deliberate and they know about what is happening around, the problems that each country is facing, and everything will come under this particular program. And SDG project, Sustainable Development Goal, that's a UN-based project. I request all the schools to participate in such projects, which will, improve their global skills, where the students need to know what is happening around and how to be a global citizen. So these activities are very, very important. Then building life skills. So why life skill has been incorporated here? So we are talking about this collaboration and everything. And again, life skill part is coming because that compassion part, that, kindness part, that honest part, everything must be there. And how will you, as after Corona, as we discussed, this is diminishing, or the skills, we can't see nowadays. This we need to inculcate through street play. We don't want to tell them. See, they hate advices. But if you can show them even a small video in the class through this interactive board, or a play, or a street play, or taking them to old age home, orphanages, visiting orphanages, okay, or palliative care, or invite such people to the school. So if all the schools are doing such things, we can build proper life skills. So again, this is about value. Values such as compassion towards human being, understanding, empathy, truthfulness, love, everything. So this we have to inculcate. Now, rise of anytime, any place learning. These are the key trends for building the capabilities of the child. And rise of anytime, any place learning is a reality now after Corona. Now the child can learn anywhere, even if he is traveling in the bus. If he is having the gadget, he can. Or if he want to do a certification program while doing grade 9 in the normal school, he can do, or she can do. Then this personalized learning, we have to promote. Don't spoon feed them. Let the child learn. Always, please don't go behind them and ask them to do the rote learning part. Just give them the important keywords. Let them learn. Otherwise, they will forget. So that kind of personalized learning we have to improve. Free choice in the sense we have to give freedom to the student to learn. Each student, it's child is unique. You cannot expect the same thing from everyone. And we already discussed the project-based part, and the field experience part will add on the creativity and the critical thinking, and it will provide a new learning experience to the child. And the data interpretation nowadays, everything, as we take the question paper, the simple thing, like a grade 12 or a grade 10 question paper, when you see, it's a lot of graphs in the social science and the science and the math. Earlier, it used to be only in the maths paper, but now it has reached everywhere. So this data interpretation, that critical thinking we need. So that also is important part, and the change in the assessment model. We are not just putting tick mark and giving them the marks. Okay, what we have to do is the peer assessment, the students' teachers assessment, 360-degree assessment, and the skill assessment. Suppose a child finds difficulty in by hearting things, but his practical skills are good. We have to adopt such an assessment to the child. Suppose a child is having learning problem, his spelling is not good, so we have to put some other method to check the child's skills or ability, and increase the student ownership. Students should take the responsibility. That kind of learning method we have to provide in the school. And increased mentoring. The teacher must be the mentor, must be the facilitator. So you can just read this one. Anytime, any place learning, in the sense, the first one, more opportunities to learn at different times in different places. Self-paced learning, flipped classrooms, face-to-face practical session. So here the theory can be done through online, maybe practical session, face-to-face in school. Personalized learning means students will learn with study tools that adapt to the capability of the student, and the students will be positively reinforced during their individual learning process. So each student must get that freedom to do the personalized learning. I've heard sometimes students, a few students staying in the hostel, they used to visit me. Is, ma'am, during Corona, I started studying using YouTube. Now it is very difficult for me to study from the notebook and textbook. Can you give me permission to use this YouTube channel for 30 minutes, for 1 hour? Like the students are approaching. I know this kind of students will be there everywhere. If the student feel like, if that is better, because each child is different. So we are also giving them, the permission to use the mobile phone under the warden's supervision we are giving. So that is important. Then free choice. In the personalized learning experience, students will be able to modify the process with tools. So different tools they are using, different devices they are using, flipped classrooms they are using. Sometimes the students bring their own device for such activity. Then we already had a discussion about the project-based things. Now, let me move to the field experience. Field experience, yeah. Field experience actually means taking them outside to visit industries that everyone knows. And you can bring industry to the school also. What is that? In bringing industry or organization to the school, you can have a tie-up with the organizations where the entrepreneurial skills or skill sets can be improved. And nowadays, internships we are providing. So all these experience we have to provide, then only they'll become a global citizen. And we already discussed about the data interpretation and the logical reasoning. That literacy should be there to crack the competency-based education type questions. And assessment model, I already discussed the competency-based assessment and the holistic 360-degree assessment. And assessment must be based on the individual and his or her capability, not for everyone, we are not giving same question paper. For everyone, we are not assessing using the same method. One size will not fit for all. That is a policy. Suppose you are having 34 size, that 4 size will not fit for everyone in the class. Student ownership, the student should take the responsibility so that, they will come up with a proper study program. Yeah, here comes the important, we have reached the important part. That is, we all know this critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, and we also discuss the life skill part. See, these 4 things we discussed, and this flexibility, leadership, this part also, life skill part also we discussed. Now, in the current scenario, the literacy skills are important. So when you talk about 21st century skills, we have to talk about the literacy skill, which is the need of the hour. Information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy. So can we just have a small discussion on this? Anyone wish to say anything about the media literacy? Any teacher, computer science teachers will be here in this group, I'm sure. Media literacy or information literacy. Any comment? This is an interactive session. Please feel free to interact. Yes. Now ball is in your court. Anyone? What do you mean by media literacy? What do you mean by information literacy or digital literacy? Technology literacy or digital literacy? Both are same. Anyone?
It will be like collecting the right, differentiating right from the wrong will be the first thing what we'll have to educate our children first.
Yes.
So that, I think, according to me, should be the information literacy.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else to ponder on this? Anyone?
Ma'am, they should know exactly when they should stop using it. There should be a time limit. That's very, very important.
Important. Yes. Time limit they have to. Thank you so much. And anyone else?
Ma'am,
yes.
Understanding facts or data or information
yes.
in a clear.
Yeah, nowadays we get a lot of fake information. Is it not so?
In a reliable way.
In a reliable way, exactly. And sometimes even the teachers, I've seen one or two teachers who got trapped into some wrong account, like they clicked some link, it seems, so they got it. So we also need this kind of information and skills. Let us move. Why media literacy is important? See, media literacy helps students discern fake news. So there are several fake news turning around. See, this is one such news. coronavirus during that time, there was a news like garlic will prevent this. You eat, every day you eat garlic, you will not get corona. But garlic is good for health. But there is no scientifically, it is not proved like, this is, there is some kind of this thing against this corona. It is not a proved data. So every day we get a lot of content like this through the WhatsApp, through Facebook. And we also see several YouTube videos and reels, which sometimes, we cannot actually trust those news. But as a grown up, we know whether it is right or wrong. But when a child see all these reels and things like that, they will think, okay, all this can happen around us. Okay, we are also a part of this group, like that they think. And so we have to give them proper awareness. We are not actually doing that part. Most schools are not getting time. I think this media literacy is important. While taking this computer science classes, I request all the computer science teachers to give this kind of information to the students. And that will affect our thoughts, our attitudes and action. Even sometimes when we see advertisement, we also think we can buy that product. So because there is a lot of influence from the media, so we have to train our students to be a very good person who is not believing the fake news, or a media literacy is a must. So how this develop a critical thinking, whether it is right, whether it is wrong, whether I can believe this, whether I cannot. So all these we can improve and understand about the culture and the society, and we can recognize whether this information is correct or not. So that is about media. So knowing the fake news, which is true, which is false, what to take, what not to take, all this will come under media literacy. And digital literacy is mainly with the tools. As I discussed, what to use for proper learning, whether I can use this particular link, or whether I can use this particular video, whether I can use this particular group for doing this class. So that we have to help. Digital literacy can help students engage with and utilize digital tools in the learning process. That also we have to help students. So just building knowledge, all this you can just read, whether it's right, wrong, real world examples. Okay, now you can see this clearly. A student who is having digital literacy skill will be able to locate information in a proper manner, will be able to evaluate whether this resource is correct or not, whether the information is credible, or whether I can believe this, whether I can trust this, whether I can express my ideas, or whether I can communicate with others. So all these, if a student having the proper digital literacy, will be able to tackle the situation in a very good manner. See, very simple poster. How can I stay safe online? Keep personal information private. Go to websites your teachers approve. So you can also help the students which website they have to check. When you give a project, you can help them. That kind of, see, whenever we give a project, we are having an impression that they will do. But if you are guiding the students in a proper way, they can do it in a better manner. Now, information literacy skills are the necessary tools that help us successfully navigate the present and the future landscape of information. So information literacy is mainly the research part. Okay, right from the beginning till end, how should we move? Okay, so it automatically all this will come under the information literacy. Life skill I've already discussed. So you can just read all this part. And one important thing, when we talk about this 21st century skills, though we are telling about this information literacy, it is a process. Rather than a skill, information literacy is a process. We have to train our students for that. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my session. So just to see this video. Okay, before I have few more things to discuss, just listen carefully. I hope you have seen this video. Did you see this video? Please respond. Hope it was
Yes,
audible
ma'am.
also. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you know what is written there. The main thing is the teachers must be acting as mentors. You know, the students are doing lot of things. Are we guiding them properly? You know, for simple things, or if the students commit some mistakes for silly things, you know, we blame the students usually. But are we doing our part? That also we have to think. You know, here there one word was there, searching. So searching part, you know, students used to search a lot of things in the mobile phone. When they get some word, they put it in the Google and they search. So recently what happened was, you know, a few days back when I was teaching my son this carbalamin reaction, it's chemistry part, isocyanate, the product of the carbalamin reaction was isocyanate. We all know it is poisonous. So he was asking me, what is the use of this isocyanate? Let me then. Hello, hello, please. Some, hello, please mute yourself. Yeah, so he was asking me about isocyanate. And then, you know, immediately I told, without, without a single second, I told you can search and find out. Then immediately, see, I was doing some work in between. I got a call in between. I thought, okay, you just search the use of this isocyanate. Then immediately he told me, Amma, if we search this isocyanate, which is poisonous, actually that is not good. We should not search, you know, things like this poison kind or the crime kind, all these things. So I was feeling happy. So we have to tell. So I didn't tell this to my son, but you know, he is in 12th. He know what is right and what is wrong. So in smaller class students, the teachers can tell them what to search and what not to search. Recently, behind all this crime, you know, the first thing that the police is searching is the mobile phone or the gadget that we use, even in the drug mafia cases. And all this mobile phone, they are taking the what are the messages they are doing, what are things that they are searching, the location part, they're using the Google, which location they are searching. All these are important. So we have to tell our students what is right, what is wrong, what to search, what not to search. So if the teachers can guide, it will help the students a lot. And another important thing is regarding the skills. We all belong to one organization or one institution. We have to bring the students out. We have to need a tie-up with some other schools or some other institutions where we can take them to that particular place, or we can bring students to our place. This collaboration part and the skills part can be improved a lot rather than this students sitting in the same school. Or even we can have tie-up with polytechnics, engineering colleges. So we have a plan in my school is having some plans like that. We can bring few engineering students to our school to show, you know, simple electrical connections, what this fitting part, holding part, all this will come to the mechanical. So from the department, we can invite one or two, and plumbing part we can. And all these basic skills within no time, maybe in US, we won't get a painter, we won't get a plumber, we won't get an electrician. All these, they have to do. So India also will be shortage of all these skilled workers. So we have to train our students how to improve these skills. These are all 21st century skills, not just this creativity or communication skill or collaboration part. These are some other skills that we have to add, along with the emotional intelligence, along with the adaptability, along with the resilience. So the 21st century skills, you know, every day we are adding new skills so that, you know, the student or the child or the adult can survive in this highly competent world. So thank you for spending your valuable time with me, with Kotem Conclave. And now it's time for the question answer session. Let me stop my sharing with your permission. Now I can see the chat box. Yes.
Ma'am, it's a wonderful session. Hope everyone enjoyed.
Thank you.
Vinita ma'am, are you there?
The teachers want to ask something, we can have 5 minutes question answer session and then we will.
Dear participants, you can free feel to ask any doubts, clarification, and you can suggest any suggestion for improvement or any best practices we have to
Yeah.
follow. Also, the
Yes,
best practices you can share to the platform. The platform is open for you people.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, you said no, don't spoon feed the children.
Yes.
But in today's school, what I am seeing as a parent also, I just want to tell you that, that is what is happening, ma'am. Teachers are not giving chance to the children to think. And not only to think, even to read their textbook on their own and find answers. Like when we were all studying, I think it was so much better because we used to think a lot. We used to read, we used to understand, think a lot, make things up, and the story formation. We used to be so good in story formation and all those things. But today, even when the substitute parent, if you give few words to children and ask them to just frame 5 sentences, it is very difficult for them. So I feel that instead of, especially after the corona, definitely, especially after the corona. So I feel that, we should really, emphasize more on, that reading, man.
Yes.
Even the textbooks reading, everything reading. So let them just get to know what is there in the textbook other than what teacher is telling them. Of course, the extra bit we are doing our part, but other than that, what is there in the textbook, at least they must know that, isn't it?
Exactly.
So that is not happening because the teachers are giving question answers or the notes and all those things. And even English also, ma'am.
Yeah. And there is this grade 10 and 12. You can never see a question that is repeated. Earlier, 5-year question paper, 10-year question paper, if we ask the students to study, they will get at least a 25 to 30% questions from the previous question papers. Now that is not the case. Each and every question is new to the students. The student should know the content. And students should know how to apply. The students should interpret the question properly. And only through reading, as you said, only through reading that is possible. So that is also a skill, that reading and interpreting.
Yes, ma'am. That is what.
Yeah.
That, the application level will only improve if their reading understanding is increased.
Exactly. Yes.
Otherwise,
relevant
that is not.
Point.
And I feel that is not happening nowadays, And
yes,
I have one more doubt, ma'am. This NEP, when NEP comes, will there be a change in the entire syllabus in the curriculum?
No, there will not be any change in the entire curriculum. They will delete a few portions. Okay. Already they have started deleting. The content will be less. That is to ensure mastery learning. And so that, we can give a lot of activities. Earlier, the content was huge. The teachers were struggling to complete their portion. That was the major challenge before the teachers. Now they will reduce the content so that we can come up with a lot of activities as we discussed, so that the 21st century skills can be improved. They will not delete everything. No, we won't get a new text as such, but the content will be a bit less. The presentation part will be different, slightly different. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So the next 2 to 3 years, that's not going to happen.
I'll add one more sentence, ma'am. We are waiting for the NCF, National Curriculum Framework. As we know that the last NCF 2005.
Right.
So the light of new NEP, the same chairperson, Dr. Kasturi Rangan committee is formed for the NCF, National Curriculum Framework preparation. The syllabus, assessment, everything depend upon the NCF. So already NCRT is published the NCF for classes to pre-KG to grade 2. Yeah, grade 2. So we are waiting for 2 more NCFs. That is, one is for the entire schooling up to 12th standard. Another one is for teachers education. So 2 more NCF is yet to be published. Based on the NCF, we can say that whether it is the syllabus change or content change or assessment pattern change. Meanwhile, all the corrective measures are taken up by the NCRT and the board, CBSE board also.
Thank you, Ranjit sir, for the wonderful answer. So now for the next year also, we'll be following the same thing only with less content. And when the NCF get published, we can expect some changes. Thank you, Ranjit sir. Anyone else?
Ma'am, one more. one more thought, ma'am. You said about competency-based assessment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that means how the question paper pattern is different question paper for everybody. Like how is it, ma'am? You said
No,
like
no. Now we are getting 30% to 40% to 50% competency-based question. But actually, what this NCFS sir said, they want us to do it individually. When we come to competency-based education, it is based on the individual performance only. So it will later on, it will not be like all the students in grade 6 will be promoted to grade 7. Only the students who get that particular skill or that knowledge will be able to go to that class. That is what national education policies. We have to wait for that, how they are going to do it. But now we are going with the same mode of question paper for everyone, the 10th and 12th. Surely there will be change, and SAFL and all, based on this computer assisted learning, again, things are changing. Online questions also coming up very soon. So pilot projects already started.
okay,
But the
thank you.
individualized part will come later.
Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, I can add, when you mention about the SAFL, I can add another one or
Please,
two
please.
points.
Yes, sir. This is the time where everyone is there. You can add more.
Yeah, okay, fine.
SAFL, yes. Grade 3, 5,
year,
8.
This
Yeah.
year, board is conducting SAFL examination for grade 5 and 8 as a pilot run for the
Yeah.
selected schools only.
Yes, yes.
Next year onwards, it is a offline examination for all schools. It is a mandatory examination for grade 3, 5, and 8. Actually, SAFL is not mandatory for the promotion criteria. SAFL is not at all dealing with any promotional strategies. SAFL is assessing the student, SAFL is assessing the school, SAFL is assessing the teacher, and SAFL is assessing all the stakeholders of CBSE. That is the intention of SAFL examination. It's not mean for any promotion. It's not mean for any after the SAFL examination, every teacher will receive a teacher's progress card.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Rajit sir, for adding more on the SAFL. Okay, so
I got a call. Let me come. I think up to which portion you had, ma'am?
You're attending a call, sir? Yes. Sir is attending a call. Okay, I hope.
I got a call during the session. That's
yes,
right.
Sir. Yes.
I think I completed it. SAFL is meant for only for the assessment part or assessing the school teacher and students.
Yes.
Not for promotion part.
Not. Okay, so I think we can wind up the session. Anyone else with any other questions? Vinita, are you there, Vinita? So thank you all for the comments from your side.
Let me say once again, thank you very much, Sujata ma'am. It's really interactive one and informative too. We are waiting for some other topics in later part of December or January.
Pleasure.
December is almost packed with 10 days holidays and all, and filled with annual day programs, and every school is busy. And so in the month of January, we can plan a session with research.
New topic.
Yeah, research-based education that we can conduct on behalf of Central Sahodaya School Conclave, Kottayam, and Council of CBSE Schools of Kerala. We are sincerely thank you, ma'am, for the informative session, and thank you all the participants in a hectic schedule. After the hectic schedule, you are with us till this moment. More than 230 participants attended the session today, so it's a wonderful number also. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you all very much, participants, and thank you Insight for all the technical support, and thank you all the patrons and team leaders of Central Sahodaya School Conclave and the CCSK. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ranjit sir, once again for giving me the opportunity. Thank you all educators for attending.